PE locking back in. So it's crazy. What a turn of events. I love turn of events. But the stance was, however, what do I think about marriage? And what do I think about having children? So I got a couple nieces and nephews. I'm more so like the uncle, type of guy. I'm like that cool uncle that my nieces and nephews, like in the future, when they mom or like they dad say no, they gonna come to me, and I might slide them, that extra piece of chicken, or get them that extra toy that. But obviously, I want to be there to to mentor them. I'm gonna guide them. I'm gonna show them the right ways. I want to be there for like their graduations. I want to be there for my younger siblings when they learn how to drive a car, when they transition from that tricycle to a bicycle. Now when it come to kids, solely me being a father, I got to get way more position in life. That's something that's gonna come further down the road. That's not something that really sits heavy like on my brain. That ain't something that I wake up and I think about. But I would like to have like a hair. Now it's always gonna be that that overwhelming feeling once you have a child, that you can never always protect them. You can never give them just enough. It's never gonna be the right woman. It's never gonna be the right time. And that's life. Y'all just clicking, y'all just bonding, y'all just hitting it off, and it's just fucking fireworks. I mean, and that you might just have the one, but this is why it's important, to build a friendship first. You want to get to know this person first. This is somebody, that you're going to be bonded with for life. This is somebody, because we keep talking about how sex is sacred and how it's so much, spiritual energy that you harness and that you, dish out and that you receive. So, this is why, like you shouldn't just be giving, like, your seed out to anybody, but that's a conversation for another day. But it all ties and it's all linked, to this, as well. You got to be really careful, because you can find yourself in debt. You can find yourself in a really bad situation, from family drama and just so many other things. On the other end, I would definitely, obviously, love to have more boys, than girls. But if I pulled a Kobe and I had all girls, I would love them the same. I would probably love them more than my sons. If I'm just being honest, that would kind of trigger my switch. That's been going for some time. But they say that you never, like, so far, like, as our parents, you would never truly understand that unconditional love for real, would never understand just how much your mom or your father loved you, or just how much they sacrificed for you, until you get out on your own, until you start seeing the things unfold that they've been trying to tell you all along. And now it's like, damn, like, now I see why, they showed me that this way, or they had me do it that way, or maybe for a lot of people, you had to be in the house, when like the street light came on, or maybe you was punished, a certain way, or they made you withdraw from a certain situation and you was angry, you didn't understand why, but it was just in your best interest, and they feel like that it was just the best for you at that time, and you couldn't see that. But again, like that was just the best thing for you. When it come to how I said about my boys, I already have the names for my boys, and me and my friends, me and my guys, even my right hand, like, we're pretty close. But I'm not gonna tell them the names, obviously. But what I can say is, and that goes for like my daughters as well, I do every, and I don't care like what they mom talking about, every name will have a meaning. Every name will have like a powerful enable, and it will be anchored to something back in time, to some type of old tradition. And I don't want, so far as my boys, I don't want none of them to be like a junior, because I want them to have their own path. It's already gonna be hard enough, because once I get to that point in my life where I was destined to get to, it's gonna be hard enough having my last name, and you know how that go, where you're gonna have to try to live up to your father's expectation and reputation, and it's gonna be so much pressure on them. And I just want them have their own way. I don't want them to have to go through that. They deserve better. They deserve to leave their own mark on this world, and impose their own will. And again, I want them to be greater than I've ever been. I want them to reach further and surpass ever, even live longer than me, however long, that is, God willing. And so far as my daughters, I want them as well to be very strong, intellectual women. They will respect themselves. They will carry themselves, as such. They will be taught and raised, the proper way. Another reason why I want to have more boys, opposed to girls, is so it can be more, because I can't be everywhere at once. I want them to have, have their brothers there to protect them, guide them, and help them be the best versions of themselves. And just create them bonds, because it's nothing more powerful, than sibling bonds. And again, I'm not really the closest with my siblings, but I look to, improve those relationships, as time progresses. But that's just my stance, when it comes to that with kids. Honestly, if I had a boy and a girl, or like 2 boys and a girl, 3 boys and a girl, I probably don't want to surpass 4 to 5 kids when it's all said and done. But but it is possible that I can settle, with 2, because that takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of, separation, and dedication. And that's, again, like that's big. And I want to really be set up in my life so I can really be there for them and provide for them, and protect them and make sure that they're very competent, as well. When it comes to marriage is definitely something that I probably wouldn't be even trying to visit that, that topic or like that subject for real, until like I want to say mid-30s, maybe early 30s. And marriage is a business ultimately, and it's a lot that come with that too, because a marriage can ruin your life. You put a lot of time and money, into that as well. And being married to the wrong person, bro, can really, really, really break you, make or break you. Love is powerful, but trust as well. So is respect. But as always, I support who support me. If you come across my video, if you're new, it's PE Prominent Executive. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think.